there are plenty of ways to make sound with your feet, and the basics are sounds of hitting, like that. Actually that was a dig, digging, dropping, and that's a hit. So tap dance lingo might be beyond or unnecessary right now, so let's just forget about the technique, have some fun, and then we'll see how this goes. But all we're going to do is walk on the spot 8 times, changing legs each time. You ready? Okay, let's go. Right leg first. Step, 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 step. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can have your arms down, arms up, doesn't matter. 6, 7, 8. Easy. If you're not experienced with dance training, everything is done in 4s and 8s because that's the kind of standard time signature of music. Things can be in 3s and 9s and 11s and 14s, but you know, whatever. Let's just stay very easy and simple. Let's do those walks again. Step, 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 step. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's add something different. Let's add a heel accent. So you go heel, 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 heel. Let's do that. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That's it. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 7, 4. Okay. The fundamental rule that I was taught about tapping is about weight placement and weight changing. So when you're trying to make sounds, it all turns out as scuff, 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 scuff if your weight's in the wrong spot or your heels aren't a little bit lifted. So when I was taught to tap a million years ago by a really serious technical teacher, we were taught heels are lifted the whole time, the weight is in the center of the foot but preferencing the ball of the foot. What does that mean? Lift your heels, okay? And let's think about the stepping again, but with heels lifted. Toes, toe stepping, forefoot, ball of the foot. Step, 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 step. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what about the back of the foot? Heels up. Now we go heel. 1, 2. It's a bit more straightforward there. 5, 6, 7, 11, 3, 2, 1. We're going to put it together. Okay, so you go toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. You get it. Ready? Let's go left leg. Toe, heel, toe, heel. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're professionals now. We can start to think about the sound you're making. So, as a Pilates teacher, I always know someone is kind of flat-footed, heavy in their legs when they walk because I can hear them. But ninja style, when someone has lift in their body and elongation, you don't hear so much. They're quite light. But what we're trying to do here is be economical so your thighs don't give out and your calves don't explode, and also we're trying to create some music with the sound. So it could be very much one note all the way talking like this, or you might be a little bit more expressive and have a bit of a singy song to the way you talk. So you could interpret that through your feet. Let's go with step heel, but a little faster. Change the rhythm. It didn't work. But what you can do is play with where the weight is placed and where you accent. This is getting a little beyond where we might be right now, so let's take it back. Let's go stepping again. 3, 5, 6, another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, add the heel, step, heel, step, heel. Yeah. Let's go down. Good. Faster. Still with me? Keep going. Step, heels, heels, heels. Faster. Might impossible. Faster. Faster. How fast can you go? Easy. Okay. Step heels. Changing sound, changing speed. Let's think about a really iconic tap dance step, the shuffle. It's made of 2 sounds, forward backward. Forward, backward. Easy. Okay, the shuffle technically is a forwards hit and a backwards hit, which means the weight stays off. Forward hit, backward hit, as opposed to a dig or a drop. So, forward hit, backwards hit. It's the ultimate brush or scuff. We're going to do a couple on one side, a couple on the other side. Ready? Stand on one leg. Hard for some of us. Hold on to a chair. Be safe. No need to have concussion during isolation. Forward hit, backward hit times 2. 4, 3, 2, get ready. Forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. Change. Forward, forward, backward. Okay, now the biggest leg swing of your life isn't going to help you here. Right? We're looking small, concise, economical. Easy. 3, 2, 1. Change. Other side. 1, 2. Come with me. 3, 4. Easy. Body's cool. Body's chill. 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're going to try it smaller and faster. Instead of going forwards, backwards, we're going to go and one, like that. It's a little snap action on the foot. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and change. Unco foot for me. 2, but louder. 4, 8, change. Let's make it a little more interesting. We're going to do 4 and down, 4 and down, 2 and down, 2 and down. Okay, let's go. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, step, change your weight. And 4, 3, 2, 1, step, change your weight. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 2 by 2 is 4, right? I mucked it up. Let's go again. You might have mucked it up too, but you're probably better than me by now. So we're doing 4 and a step, 4 and a step, 2 and a step, 2 and a step, 1 and a step, 1 and a step, 1 and a step, 1 and a step, big finish. Okay, let's go. 4 shuffles and a step. Forward hit, backward hit. Forward hit, backward hit. Forward hit, backward hit. Forward hit, backward hit, step. Shuffle, 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 step. 2 times. Shuffle, shuffle, change. Shuffle, shuffle, change. 1, step, shuffle. Okay, so 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's hold on to something if you need. Let's go again. 4 on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change. 2, 3, 4. Change. 1, 2. Change. 1, 2. Change. 1. Cool. Now, what I did was change the way I sounded as I went through that. Sometimes you go fast, fast, so fast, fast, or fast, slow, or slow, slow, or and 1, or 1. It's up to you how you code and how you change the speed and the rhythm, but right now we're just trying to make even, easy sounds. Okay, so what have we done? We've walked, we've heeled, did we do something else before shuffle? Forward hit, backward hit together, shuffle. We added a little rhythm to it. Now, don't get too excited, too stressed, too analytical about how I'm doing it, or how you're doing it, sorry, or where your weight is, or anything like that. This is just supposed to be fun. Do not fall over, that's all I care about. This can also be done seated. Depending on where you are, it's a little easier or harder. Like that. There's a whole tapping school that starts with everyone seated. It's a great way to learn. If you're still with me, let's take it up a notch and go in what we call to a spring and a hit spring. Now a spring is just a fancy way to say jumping onto one leg and changing each time. I might have been a bit rusty on my tapping technique and theory that I was tested on in 1990, but I still remember it well. The exam, not the results. Okay, so let's do springs, which is jumping from foot to foot. It's like a hop, but you switch. So you go spring, 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 flip your hair. Like that. So it's just hopping from foot to foot. Can you go faster? Oh, right, it's running on spot. Now it's slower. Okay, but what makes it tap dancing is when you add the extra little hit sound. So, let's go back a step and learn an exercise called the front slap. Forward hit, which is the first half of a shuffle, and then just plonk your foot down. Forward hit, plonk. Forward hit, plonk. Okay, so I grew up in Adelaide, but we call it a front slap. In classes I've taken in Victoria, it's called a flap. There's a little bit of lingo differences from state to state in Australia and overseas, so call it what you like, but let's just say do that, okay? We're going to do half a dozen changing legs, which means you might travel a little bit because part of the front slap or the flap is forward hit, travels forward and a step. Forward hit, step. Come with me. Forward hit, step. Forward hit, step. Forward hit, step. Forward hit, step. Okay? Holy moly, you can go backwards. We'll do that another time because that involves learning to lift your heel and moving back while you're making clean, crisp sounds with light and shade. Next time, Gadget. Front slaps. Let's go front slaps standing on the spot because it's a brain muddler. It turns into an omelette. Let's do 8 forward hit step, alternating legs. Are you ready? Foot comes up, heel is lifted. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. You're a pro, right? You want a little bit more. So let's challenge your brain and your weight placement by adding a heel sound. Front slap, heel drop, front slap, heel, front slap, put it down. Good. So once your heel is down, it doesn't rebound up, it doesn't up, it stays down. Put it down. But we'll go back to the original rhythm. Front slap, heel, front slap, heel, front slap, heel, front slap, heel. Okay? Standard. Front slap and a heel drop. How are you going? Let's go back. So, springs and hit springs. When we said the spring before, which was like, and then you start running, well, that's just on the spot, right? To make it tap dancing, you need to add a hit sound, which is part of what we've just learned, front slaps and shuffles, the forward hit. So, forward hit, step, bingo. Okay, other side. Forward hit, jump, land. And when you land, you're trying to keep your heel up so you don't have a muddy, which is what happens for a lot of beginners. Think of this as an athletic conditioning exercise for 1997 glute med strength, physio exercise and target area du jour. But so rather than it being which is how a lot of beginners kind of come to it in a clumsy way because we're learning. Let's stay chill and low. Easy. That's a front slap, heel, front slap, heel. Now just jump it a bit. Front. Got it. What was that? Well, that was a heel and a step. Anyway, I reckon that's oodles. So, that was a little disjointed, a little over the shop, not gonna lie. But they're my basics is to tap 101. Learning how to walk. Doggy went past. Learning how to heel drop. Shuffle. Step. Shuffle, step. Shuffle, 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 step. Learning how to spring. Spring. Okay, go practice that, go have some fun, make sure you are clear of obstacles, minimal wine to be consumed, a good hard-soled shoe will do, and let's see how you go. So I'll post these once a week. I'll do my best to be a bit better of a teacher so I'm not just shoving crap at you and so that it can make sense and layer, and then we can start doing fun things down the track when the time is right, like turning and whizzing around and just having some fun. Anyway, this is exactly what it's supposed to be. Something fun, something to get your heart rate up that's not exercise, and a great way to develop the brain, your motor skills, and stop you falling over. Okay, well, have a lovely time tapping. What a strange world we're living in right now. I hope tapping in a Pilates studio brings you some joy. See you later.